Buckle up, because the Stefon Diggs drama just took an even nastier turn, and this time, Cardi B's name is sitting way too close to the fire. Now let's rewind for a second. Stefon was just arraigned a few days ago, and I'm not even trying to be funny. He looked like the type of man who just realized karma has a GPS. The vibes? Completely cooked. And honestly, after the way he embarrassed Cardi around Super Bowl weekend, people were already saying, God don't like ugly. But here's the real tea. The big question online has been, will Cardi B be called as a witness? Because if you'll remember, Cardi didn't just defend Stefon, she defended him hard. Like, she went full ride or die and even told the world she'd put it on her 2-month-old son that everybody would end up apologizing, because Stefon was completely innocent. And people were like, Cardi, girl, innocent where? Meanwhile, Chef Mila, the woman at the center of this lawsuit, claimed that someone close to Stefon even tried to downplay the situation, and the internet instantly screamed, witness intimidation, or at the very least, harassment. And now there's a new voice entering the chat. A well-known tea spiller named Gorgeous Style is speaking out, and according to her, she knows Mila personally. And she's not playing both sides. She straight up says Mila is calm, genuine, and not the type to lie for money. Which means if Cardi gets dragged into this legally, this could go from messy celebrity drama to full courtroom chaos. So now, let's talk about the part that's making the internet go, oh nah, this is bad. Because Gorgeous Style didn't just casually comment, she came in with the type of confidence that makes you sit up and go, wait, she knows something. She straight up said she knows Stefon Diggs. And she also knows Chef Mila, the woman suing him. And according to her, Mila is not lying. Gorgeous described Mila as the kind of woman who's calm, soft-spoken, and low drama. The type that would literally cook you breakfast, lunch, and dinner without even being asked. She made it clear that Mila isn't some clout chaser looking for a quick payout. And then she dropped the line that had everybody gagged. When she found out Mila was the one involved, she said, oh yeah, he did that. Because in her words, nightlife teaches you how to read people, and Mila never gave fake energy, never gave messy vibes, and never gave, I'm lying for a bag. And here's where it gets crazier. Gorgeous says she believes Mila was probably hired as a live-in chef, meaning she lived in the house, worked on salary, and basically had her life tied to Stefon's schedule. But then, allegedly, Stefon wanted Mila gone for a week, maybe because he wanted privacy, company over, or even Cardi around. So Mila leaves, but she still expects her money, because salary doesn't stop just because he wants space. And Gorgeous thinks that's where everything exploded. A fight over payment turned into disrespect, turned into something physical. And she said she 1000% believes Stefon put his hands on her. And the internet is sitting there like, if this is true, Cardi defended the wrong man on the loudest stage possible. Now here's where this story goes from messy to career-threatening. Because if Gorgeous Style is right, and Chef Mila is really telling the truth, then Cardi B's entire public defense of Stefon Diggs is about to look like the biggest celebrity misstep of the year. Let's not forget, Cardi didn't just tweet once and move on. She went full superhero mode. She was online cussing people out, telling everybody to stop speaking on her family, and swearing Stefon was innocent like she was sitting in the courtroom herself. But here's the issue. If Cardi was that confident, then people are now asking, what did Stefon tell her behind the scenes? Because nobody puts their child's name on something unless they truly believe what they are saying. Which means, Cardi may have information, texts, voice notes, phone calls, conversations, private details. And that's exactly why legal experts online are saying the prosecutors might not even care about Cardi's celebrity status. They might care about her as a witness. Because if Stefon told Cardi a version of events that doesn't match what's coming out in court, then Cardi's testimony could expose contradictions, lies, or even intent. And listen. If Stefon's lawyer is smart, they would never put Cardi on the stand, because Cardi is not the type to protect a man who embarrassed her publicly. Not anymore. But prosecutors, they might call her anyway. Especially since Cardi inserted herself into the narrative and made herself part of the case publicly. And now, the internet is basically screaming one thing. Cardi might have been used. Used as a shield. Used as a distraction. Used as a loud celebrity voice to make Mila look like a liar. And if Mila wins this case, Cardi won't just be embarrassed. She'll look like the woman who defended a man while another woman was allegedly fighting for accountability. And that's not a good look in ANY era, especially this one. But wait, because Act 4 is where the situation turns from celebrity mess into psychological chess. Because now the internet has a new theory, and honestly, it's starting to make a little too much sense. People are saying Stefon Diggs might be the type of guy who doesn't just lie. He moves pieces. Like the kind of man who creates chaos, sits back, and watches everybody fight each other while he plays innocent. And one detail keeps popping up. Chef Mila and Cardi were allegedly in contact. If that's true, then Mila wasn't just a random chef in Stefon's world. She was close enough to Cardi to possibly know things Cardi didn't. And that's dangerous. Because imagine this, Mila is living in the house, seeing Stefon's lifestyle, seeing who comes in, who comes out, what kind of behavior happens behind closed doors. And if she's a girl's girl, like Gorgeous says, she could have been the only person who might have told Cardi the truth. And that's where the theory gets wild. What if Stefon wanted Mila out because she knew too much? What if he didn't want Mila around because she could expose him to Cardi? And what if Cardi, without realizing it, became part of the plan? Because if Stefon made Cardi feel like Mila was a problem, Cardi might have wanted her gone, and Stefon could have used that tension to create the perfect storm. And now look. Cardi publicly defended him. She exposed messages. She dragged the internet. She made Mila look suspicious. But if this goes to court, and it turns out Mila was telling the truth, Cardi won't just look loud. She'll look manipulated. And the worst part is, the same woman Cardi attacked might have been the one woman who could have saved her from humiliation. Now Cardi is thriving, her career is still moving, her tour is doing numbers. But Stefon might have just outsmarted himself. Because if prosecutors pull Cardi into this, it's not just a lawsuit anymore. It becomes a celebrity courtroom explosion. And now, we've reached the part of the story where everybody is asking the same question. Who's really about to pay the price for this mess? Because let's be real, Stefon Diggs might be the one in legal trouble, but Cardi B is the one who put her name, her image, and her child on the line defending him. And now, the internet is flipping the script. People are saying if Cardi gets called to testify, it won't even be about Chef Mila directly. It'll be about what Stefon told Cardi behind closed doors. Because Cardi didn't just randomly wake up one day and decide, oh yeah, he's innocent. That confidence had to come from somewhere.